So my friend Sandra sent me this really awesome video on Instagram this morning about pufferfish. I have seen this in recent history, how pufferfish make this really cool pattern nest at the bottom of the ocean that they use to attract partners. And so they go down to the bottom of the ocean and they swim all around and move the sand around. Anyway, this video was tying that pattern into this thing called cymatics. I don't know if you've seen this, but cymatics, the best example I can think of is there's lots of videos of it's like a metal plate, like a big square metal plate that has a speaker attached to it, and they put grains of sand on it. I've also seen ones where it's not a speaker, but they'll like rub a piece of like a rubber ball across it, and it makes it vibrate. It makes either way, it's making the plate vibrate. And so when it's vibrating at different frequencies, the sand will move around on the plate and it'll create different patterns. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff lately where it's like, oh, these patterns are like the shapes of, I don't know, the universe. So like sound is creating reality kind of a thing. Anyway, this dude, he compared the pattern that the pufferfish makes on the bottom of the ocean to some kind of like cathedral stained glass windows. And it just got me thinking, like, years ago I watched this documentary called What the Bleep Do We Know? I don't know if it's 100% right, but it had some interesting things to think about in it. And one of those things was it had to do with water and ice crystals. And there was this dude in Japan who went around to all these different springs, and he would freeze the water from those different springs around Japan, and he noticed that the ice crystals would come out differently. And he got intrigued by it, and he started using distilled. So he would take distilled water. So my thought was, okay, if it's a different spring, it might have some different minerals in it or something. So when you freeze it, it might come out looking a little bit different. But then he started doing it with distilled water, and so it doesn't have any minerals in it. It's just H2O. And then he would put it in a clean bottle, like a beaker or whatever. And then he would put a piece of tape on the side of it, and he would write something like love or hate or whatever. I think the coolest one was love and gratitude, if I recall correctly. But anyway, he would freeze these ice crystals after they hung out in this bottle of water with a word taped on the side of it, and then he would freeze those, and the ice crystals would come out different. And I've also heard stories of people that have commercial, like, plant growing operations where they play music for their plants. And I just came across something recently where it was like the sounds of birds chirping has an effect on plants, and it like wakes them up in the morning and changes their routine. And so when I think about all of this combination of sounds and effects on stuff, this idea of cymatics, if the human body is made up of whatever it is, 96% water or something like that, it just crosses my mind that the words that we use, like the things that we say, are vibrating cymatically through our bodies and having an effect on our bodies and having an effect on the world around us. And and I just think that's kind of a little trippy and kind of awesome. But anyway, 5 minutes. Have a good day. Check you later.